letting go of Paris. You know I held on too much.
Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of this series that EmilZy and I do, which I've forgotten the name of.
Overview.
Overview. My name's Hayzer, and I'll be your host for today. Welcome. I'm here with EmilZy. How are you doing today, EmilZy? You doing good?
I'm doing good. Slightly hungover still.
Oh.
This is on the same day, or is it? Maybe we just got hungover twice. I can't remember. Yeah. Well, you have to ask all the questions now, then I guess.
Oh, okay. So, this is game one against Team Dignitas, obviously the team which we just dominated in the final of the Smite Masters. How are you feeling post Smite Masters, EmilZy? You feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good. Really happy just to kind of show that we probably are the best team in the world right now. Wait a second.
Oh, it's happening now. Okay, I'll just keep talking while he's gone. We lose our speed. Unfortunately, they four-man collapsed on it. Looks like they maybe started their support mid. But we have a lot of pressure in Joe because of it. Archelon, that Apollo, must be struggling to farm. We've taken away the purple already. Looking to take away the red as well on this wave. So, yeah. Maniac has lost his blue to the Susanoo and Sobek, but he should be fine here.
Oh.
Does he have a ward? He does. He does have a mana chalice. So
Actually,
losing
Twig
his
just
blue
jumped
would be
into that mid camp after Twig's tank, and they're actually gonna start up the mid camp now. Hope they get this.
Yeah,
Yeah, they get both. And now Twig's tank. Like we did rotate there, but we do know that he had this jump. Call out for it. If he would have had this too, that would have been a secure kill. Knowing he's not gonna have it though, we're just gonna secure all the farm on this side of the map. And
so looking at these drafts, EmilZy, how do you feel this game's going to go for each team? What's each team looking to do here? Do you think?
When I look at the base comp, what they need to do is they need to get an early lead. Fafnir is gonna do a lot better than Amaterasu, at least if the game stays even. You will be looking at the Amaterasu trying to get the old Soft into the Vulcan ult, hopefully to do that combo. If Obey does not get a good lead early on, especially so they can help out the solo lane a lot, the Twig can actually help Maniac. He's gonna struggle a bit in this lane. They're gonna have a really tough time transitioning into the mid game Gold Fairies and eventually the late game Fire Giants and Portal Demons and that stuff. So yeah, that is what Obey is gonna look to do most of the time. Just look for the picks and then get the objectives off it during the early game.
Yeah, I think so. I actually think this might be the most boring solo lane matchup that there is in the game, to be honest.
So?
I can't think of anything that could
Jeb
be worse.
Eris.
Nah, there's loads of fun. There's loads of kill potential in that lane.
What? How is an Eris gonna kill a Jeb, and how is a Jeb gonna kill an Eris?
He's just gonna chain him, and the Gab's just gonna ult sunder him, dude.
Yeah.
You've seen Deathwalker's Gab solo. It's sick.
Oh, not gonna go on about the Jeb jungle.
That was a previous episode. We've been through that. I think Fisher's had enough abuse for that one.
So yeah, just not a lot happening right now. Just the usual farm game going around. It does look like they maybe want to invade that speed buff, which I think is a slightly bad idea against an Amaterasu and a Vulcan. Personally, I think Vulcan does a lot better at level 5 than Toph does. Toph is just so vulnerable. Whereas if you're a Vulcan and you get dived, you can at least deal a lot of damage. If you're Toph, you're gonna have like the most bad, the worst ult ever, like doing 100 damage because you have to fire it so quickly.
Yeah, I definitely think Vulcan, through early mid game, does a lot more than Thoth. He has a bit, he has lower cooldowns on his abilities. He has damage coming out more than just his early game. I think, Thoth's a bit one-dimensional. Yeah, as we see. Holy. We definitely wanted to kill him, and we see the burst come out.
EmilZy first blood.
Yeah. EmilZy first blood. I don't know how many times that happened this season. Yeah.
No, because in the violence game I got a first blood, then I got first blooded, and now I got another first. I think I might have like 80% of our first bloods, and then I just don't get kills for the rest of the game.
Here's something that we can talk about, actually. I think this is probably the most important period in the split for us. These two sets that we played around this time versus Valence and Dig on the same week. Definitely the time where I felt like, oh my god, this is where, this decides how good our split goes. This decides whether we have a great split or an okay split, maybe even a bad split, some might say. So
Start the gold through here, and Zyos is gonna go over
yeah,
there.
I don't know about that play from Zeros, dude. I think he was very scared about giving up the Gold Fury. He dashed out. So he just chased him around and killed him with the help of the Ram Snipes. It looks like we're messing up a bit here.
And we do end up taking the gold fury though.
Ugh.
I was simply not capable of tanking that gold fury, and sadly Prime is gonna die here, I think, and the Sim's gonna go for Terexia. So gold fury for 2 for 1. Not the best.
Awful tanking, to be honest. It's actually a bad trade for us. Like straight up, that's a bad trade.
Because our buffs up.
Yep, we're losing buffs. We're losing waves. It was just a mistake. Like we got the free kill on the Thoth, and then we took far too much poke on the Gold Fury, which we could have lost. It was kind of an RNG secure because we reset it before the Vulcan ult came through, so the Vulcan ult didn't actually execute it. Overall, that was just really, really bad from us, actually. That was a game-throwing play, sort of.
And I think that is the most games you see us lose. I think it's almost kind of the same thing. We start up a Gold Fury with Amaterasu in particular, and then we just die.
Yeah, you can see what Maniac's looking to do here. I think Variety knows the Twig's there, but he's forced out the Sobek dash, and then he's looking to bait him in so that Twig can go in hard. But they recognize that, rotate over their support and jungler to defend the blue buff. EmilZy pokes out Zeros, but no support there, unfortunately. So it's just kind of a wasted Amaterasu ult. Looking at net worth, actually, we see Susanoo topping the charts, and then after that, it's all 5 of our players. So that kind of shows what that Gold Fury gave us, but what the kills picked up by Dig gave them. So it's interesting to see 1 player topping the charts and then 5 players just after that.
Yeah, definitely. A bit on-screen action here, getting some messages from one of my friends. Can't find her key after I looked after her dog, so that is what you see going on the screen. I guess I'll just black it out. That's kind of unfortunate. Thank you for keep talking, Hayzer. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, I noticed you'd gone kind of quiet, so I assumed you were doing something.
This is rough, man. On another point though, this is kind of a deja vu as well, because like I remember being slightly hungover after playing these games as well. I don't know if you remember Maniac showing up like super, and you were showing up like super hungover as well. That was actually one of the more fun games. How we prioritized 3 of us going out drinking the night before, probably the most important game of our split. Still being able to win. I guess it's because we had people on 180 ping on the other team.
Probably. It was, I don't know. I felt like the hangovers didn't affect us as we see the bait onto our kill. He's going to get his ult off here and get out, but he lost his beads and his ult, which is pretty rough for him. Really nice bait by Nate there, pretending that he's just, taking the trade, kind of baiting our kill into being very aggressive. Which means that now if we rotate Circuit over, we should be able to get a kill on this Apollo, depending on what their ward situation is like, with him having no CC immunity available.
So yeah, not too much. We're just kind of chilling right now. You see Prime, as he always likes to rush the Doom up, where Zyhos has more of a tendency to get it after his boots. So we will have a pause break right now, as he's gonna go back and get his full boots, where Zyhos probably will either go Book of Thoth, or like 2, or maybe finish a Doom mob. So this is when Vulcan actually is gonna start doing a lot of damage, especially because people are not gonna have protections. Peeps is not gonna be online like anytime. You see me having top net worth. I feel like that's just a thing every time I get the first blood. I have like top net
it
worth.
happens. Amaterasu also able, she's very mobile. She's able to rotate around, sharing farm very easily, and you're very good at that, soaking up waves and sharing jungle camps and such like. So that'll be why you're up near the top, even without the Traveler's Shoes this game. So you'll quite often see like a Fafnir who has Traveler's Shoes topping the net worth even without the first blood. But yeah, the Amaterasu definitely sharing farm as best as EmilZy can here, and keeping him quite far ahead of that Fafnir, even despite the Fafnir passive, you know.
So I see a tendency with Celia and Variety now as well, where they go for the Spirit Rope or the Void Stone, where Maniac likes the Void Stone more. Is that just personal preference, or is that like really just decided on what comes the two teams have?
You'd have to ask them, I think. I think one advantage of the Spirit Robe is that it provides a little bit of physical protection as well as the magical protection. So maybe it'll make you more resilient to ganks from those junglers. The Void Stone obviously better for trading in lane. So maybe it also reduces the Thoth damage a bit, I guess. So that's always a positive. But yeah, I'd say probably the Void Stone's going to be better against your lane opponent. The Spirit Robe's going to be better against the jungler, and it just depends on whether you feel the jungler has any kill potential on you at that part of the game, which Maniac obviously didn't, and I think Variety did with the Spirit Robe helping him out a bit against those Circuit ganks.
So another funny build detail here is Akil. He's gonna go for the Devos.
Yeah, he actually started Devo's one, and what's it called, Curse Gauntlet, and Death's Toe, which gives him a lot of sustain through the early game, and I think they maybe did that because he was starting on his own. They just wanted him to, chill out,
Definitely.
get some farm, farm up those stacks eventually. So, Devos are a great item going into the late game. Probably the only lifesteal item I'd say is generally worth building, but that's because I hate Assy. So you see a bit of aggression on the solo side of the map. You get the Susanoo beads. They actually do secure their speed. I think that's what we were looking to do, is invade the speed. But picking up beads on the Susanoo is pretty good for us. And we should be taking that timer and probably looking to fight on him again once the Circuit ult comes back up, I would think.
Definitely. So again, just looking at item. Let's make this a theme of this one. EmilZy is gonna go for the later Doom Orb. He's gonna he was able to stay a bit more safe with the boots compared to Prime, which I think is needed on Toff in particular. I know Prime goes for the Doom Orb as well on Toff first, because he's just he doesn't.
Yeah,
care.
sometimes go Thoth too, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah, Thoth definitely, even with the Doom Orb power, it still doesn't hit that hard. I think he needs to get some levels and items online before he's really chunking. Whereas I think Vulcan, if I'm not mistaken, scales very well off of power, just having the power online. Those low cooldowns, putting out significant poke with every meatball, with every backfire. So yeah, him having that Doom Orb fully stacked is definitely going to be very good for our damage output in fights.
So again, one thing I do want to point out right now is that how, talking about items again, they have to go on the Thebes where we do have a shield of regrowth, so it's gonna be a slight advantage in the group fights. Although we do have the advantage now that we have a pretty killable a race car in our team that's gonna be able to consistently force out Beast and possibly dive the top as well. Even if he gets his relics off, we do have the possibility. Well, Rama snipes, we have long range, mage ult, the Vulcan, he's really long ranged as you all know. So yeah, we should not look to just start up a gold fury as we did before, as that will definitely not be in our favor. We need to find a pick or force something, and then we can possibly bait an objective. If they don't go in, secure the objective. If they do come in, just take the fight.
Yeah, that's 40 seconds now, or 35 seconds on the Susanoo beads at this point. It looks like we haven't managed to take advantage of forcing those, unfortunately. He's done a good job of just kind of rotating around his buffs, farming up, not putting himself in any danger, although right now, hanging about at these oracles with still no beads, we should really be looking to initiate on him. As Twig, here we go, let's see. Did we do it? No ult. Oh, why no ult? I don't understand why Twig didn't ult him there. I think he was dead.
Ram ult now.
Oh, that was grim. I think that was a kill if Twig ulted. I don't know why he didn't.
Probably was. I think the main reason why we didn't ult is I probably yelled, "Don't fight, don't fight, don't fight." If I had to guess, I just backed for my relic there. Just getting the shell out, almost getting baited by Variety. Gets the meditation
he played
though.
okay though.
So
Yeah,
that's fine.
Maniac had his med available as well, so I don't think he was ever really in danger. And as soon as the med came out, he jumped away. It's quite smart by João anyway. As we look to bait Gold Fury,
Oh
there you
my
go.
god, that's
That was Blink by Twig onto Zeros. The Vulcan ult follows up the Amaterasu ult as well. And yeah, this is a really hard one fight by us. Should just let Trix back off here. Oh, can we kill Variety? I don't think so. I think he's going to be able to get out.
dropped by Maniac here though, like, he should actually die, right?
Yep. Okay, so now it's Gold Fury time. That should definitely be a free Gold Fury for us. 3 dead for them.
Purified's gonna steal it.
Does he?
Oh.
I didn't think so, but if he did, oh god.
Boom! Overall, you know.
Yeah.
Pulling out, we're like, oh, get a red buff! Oh, we got the red buff!
We
Yeah.
did get it.
I'm like, oh, that's my red.
Oh, Nate trying to pick it up, and he does.
Oh, almost stopped Purified's back there as well. What you saw, I guess, is let's get some fucking sucking my own dick in here. I managed to cancel out Arkill's dash there. He's just as he fired it, so he got hit by the Vulcan as well. Mid in like literally the second he dashed out, it hit and he wasn't able to react at all. No chance. So you actually see Dick starting a Portal Demon, starting it. That's
Pause.
Pause comes in now.
Pause.
Let's see here. This looks like 2024. Are you ready?
I am not. Give me 2 seconds. 2024. Yep.
Right, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, and I'm getting low. Okay, it's fine. Alright, so we see Twig, probably Prime DCing there. I don't know, man. Like, just farming up his speed buff, having fun right now. So we do have a lead now. I guess you'll see Nate rotating over to the Portal Demon anytime there he comes actually. We're gonna try and force it now, knowing we have a lead. Apollo's gonna back. It could have been bad for us if Apollo chose to split push here, as you have to have the Apollo ult. We're just gonna do this Portal Demon insanely fast right now. We're gonna probably look for the fight. Look at how fast that shit drops. We're actually gonna stay on it and just go ahead and say this is ours. Not really being scared, blocking out the Fafnir hammer, which is something we're usually pretty bad at doing, but this time around we're like, okay, let's block it this time. Maybe we can get an objective then. And that's just, again, we have already see there, they don't really want to fight it, they want to get us off it.
Ah, yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Okay, we just trade out the oracles. I think something that made us, hard commit to that there was the fact that the Thoth wasn't one of the 3 people that was there contesting.
Yeah, exactly.
The Sobek really has to go into ult to have any burst damage. The Susanoo, wasn't really in position to steal it away. So yeah, I think that's definitely why we hard committed to that, knowing that Prime would be able to out-secure with his meatball backfire combination, which is actually quite underrated secure because you're able to put the damage off at almost exactly the same time, making it very difficult for anyone else to out DPS you. Towards the end, if you time it properly, you should never really lose objectives outside of to another, big mage ability like a mage ultimate or something.
Which wasn't around. So Twig actually goes for the bubble this game. How do you like that? Especially because I'm thinking that might mainly be for Arkell, right? So he can't really interrupt it.
Yeah, it's pretty decent here. The only issue I have with it, it's kind of Sobek, Susanoo, and Fafnir all have fairly easy ways to knock it off. So he'll have to play around that well. But yeah, seeing as they do have easy ways to knock it off, that also means they have quite a lot of CC in their comp. So it could be useful for him. I think just a bit of health, bit of protections, and that extra CC immunity. It's definitely a good item. And here we go. Some aggression around the red buff, and he gets the bubble knocked off him with a disarm. So yeah, it's kind of rough.
That's slightly rough now. It is some good base stats on Magi's. It's like 15 of each prot and like 350 health. Not what you want as an assassin.
It's not the worst, but yeah. Yeah, I think maybe with the fact they have so many ways to knock it off, it's maybe a bad buy here. And we see Arkell split pushing, knowing that he's able to take this tower and get out because he has that ult available, obviously. So you see EmilZy coming in. Trying to poke him out, and he just ults out straight away. Smart decision by him. Um, Getting that tier 1 for free. So they're actually up on towers here, despite the fact that we've kind of controlled the game up to now.
Trick. Again, I always watch him do his speed buff, honestly.
It's an exciting thing for all the junglers watching,
Yes.
you know. So he's getting speed. He got
Arkell
speed,
is
nice.
getting Quin's ass here without any pen at all in his build. What
Yeah.
what do you think of that?
It's interesting, I guess. I mean,
Fatalis?
it could be good. I guess you've got Shield of Regrowth, which obviously gives health. Gone into the Solve, which gives health. So, Maniac also probably going to be more vulnerable to Chins than he is to the Executioner, if I had to guess. I haven't done the maths, but
He has like 100 health, right? Of items.
yeah, but his one doesn't affect Chins, right?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah.
So maybe that was Arkell's thinking, that, you know, his damage with Executioner is going to be reduced by the Jing Chen one, whereas with Chin size that damage is going to come through despite the Jing Chen one, is my guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not really sure though.
So we see Gold Fury coming up again. We do have a power spike we can wait for if we want to. I don't know how long Prime is off rather Tahuli right now, but it is worth keeping in mind that he's building towards that, and we'll have that way before Psyhos pen. But we're gonna start it up here knowing we're far ahead. I think that's Variety's TP coming out before. Actually, that was not Captain. It was Captain Twig speed. Okay, his Magi's was down, so he's actually gonna get fairly punished here. We're still gonna fight here though. I guess we get a meditation. Maniac goes ham, gets an ult on Variety, and Variety's just gonna get completely smacked down.
Ooh.
Big ult there. Psyhos. Good. Maybe for
Where's Maniac going? Calm down, Maniac, dude. Yeah, he looks like he got a bit excited there, chased a bit hard. Nice backfire by Prime, another max range backfire. He's very good at hitting those. So that was a good fight by us initially. I would say that there's no way Maniac should have been chasing under that tier 2 tower. That was just
Oh yeah, I
straight up a
remember
mistake.
this. I was like yelling Gold Fury, but they were too scared to do it. Like, no, we're like way too low. Like, come on, boys. We get the
we
Gold
get
Fury.
it for free. We have good wards up there, which is why I like the Gold Fury call. I mean, we knew they were around mid. We're controlling the vision on the way into Gold Fury from mid. So even if they come, we can just reset it, but we're unlikely to have to with having the Amaterasu passive and the Vulcan turret for so much DPS,
Yeah,
alongside your normal Hunter damage as well, which everybody knows, you know, it's pretty good at shredding Gold Furies.
So again, Paul Demon is gonna be the next contestment point here. I think you see this in a lot of pro games, generally, at the highest level at least, where all the towers pretty much are gonna be up at like the 20 minutes mark, even though there's like a 8k deficit. It's just all from objectives and invading. I don't think in this meta getting the towers is really a valuable thing to do, just because there's always going to be that one objective on the other side of the map that you can gain. So you really just want to fight over the buffs, and you want to fight over the neutral objectives.
Yeah, I definitely think that getting, even stealing away, you know, a blue, speed, red, purple, any of the four is going to be worth more to you probably than picking up a tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Another thing which happens in competitive play a lot, which doesn't really happen in sort of, you know, ranked and lower level comp, is, you know, side lanes quite often can zone waves up near their tier 2 tower if the tier 1 tower was down. So that can actually be a bit of a disadvantage for whoever's trying to farm up in the lane. The fact that they've picked up the tier 1 tower and so can't farm their minions because they need to go too far up to get them.
There's the Arkell pushing down the left hand side. Prime actually going here to defend while we take the fight. Toffel does mids. Like, did it do it right there?
That was a bit RNG. I don't really like that portal call. Dig played that pretty well. You know, split pushing and stuff, but here we go. Bit of damage coming through.
Holy.
Nice med. Did you see the size of that med?
Yeah, but it was that Maniac's med.
Yes. Oh, it was both. That makes sense.
Oh,
Both meds came through.
yeah, I guess. That was good.
Your med will be more health right now than Maniac's, I think. But yeah.
Definitely. I think Maniac's came like 2 seconds before mine. Maybe why it like, I don't know. I almost die here. Managed to dash out though, just barely with the health sustain. of Amaterasu's one get out here. We're actually having to use Relic Start to survive as well, and then Arkell is just gonna go and kind of slap
That
him
was a
down.
really good taunt by Twig, actually.
Yeah.
Really, really good taunt. And I think he chose to only hit one of them to make sure that he was backing off back towards his own team. It was a really nice taunt by Twig, allowing us to safely disengage. We can use the portal to get back through just before it expires, meaning that we can pressure this solo tier one we should be able to get this year.
So our goal different kind of took a hit after him being able to split push that tower. Good call by Dick, and the good thing about this is now that if he is gonna do that again, he's gonna have to commit to a Phoenix, he's gonna have to push the minions a long way. I think we do recognize that this is a threat, so we sent Maniac over knowing his teleport is up. Like, okay, Joe, you're just gonna go ahead and push down these waves. I will get some wards up for you as you like them, and then you can TP over. Maniac should never really be able to get soloed by this Apollo, I think.
He could do if he was really out of position. The Apollo could just chase him forever with the Fatalis, but just unlikely to happen, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like Maniac would just get 4 speeds and then like throw him away, and I don't know. He's actually pretty big, Apollo, I guess. So I guess he's just gonna see the Apollo and then he's gonna back off, maybe having the same thought as you have, that if he's that far up, the Apollo can probably run him down. I think Maniac sees the Toph here and calls out Toph is not around, and again, like, all secure on Fire Giant is way superior to anything they have around right now. We know Apollo's on this other side of the map, so we really wanna force this fight. The variety going deep, being caught
Apollo's
out
ulting over. We actually picked up the Sobek ult and the Apollo ult as well here, and then we were
such a
able
good
to,
deep ball.
isolate the Fafnir, bring him down, and now we chase the Sobek down. We know he has no ult, so he's basically a free kill. That was just a really nicely executed fight by us, using the information we gained on where the Thoth was, to know that we could start up fire, bait them in, and then just go on them hard with a really good target selection. So
But they're
I
gonna
really
have
like that.
a rough time now. They're probably gonna be baited in. Arkell here is actually gonna do a lot of damage at Raksha. Gonna go in there, body block a bit, and Prime is like, well, I'm just gonna secure this all by myself. And that should be a dead Arkell. He's gonna, with both
I would
relics,
expect so. Oh, nice by him. Nice
Susan
mess, but
ult
yeah.
as well.
He goes down. We get this tier 1 tower finally off the map. Solo side tier 1. You see the damage charts there, Prime topping the charts, and then there's 4 of our players above anyone from Dig. Really just showing how much we're dominating these team fights with our lead. You can see the lead's just going to expand from here. There's another, there's sort of 5 towers that we can take off the map easily with this Fire Giant, which is just going to increase our lead and accelerate us into late game all the faster as we go on the Sobek again. I think we're a bit slow on resetting to go on the Phoenix here, in my opinion. A lot of damage from the snipes there, but again, yeah, I feel like we were this wasn't the best out of us. But because we were so far ahead, we won it anyway. But I feel like we took too much poke and stuff from this Phoenix. There we go. Eventually, we end up losing Twig. I think that was really sloppy, in my opinion. We didn't have a clear idea of what we were going to do under that Phoenix. People were doing different things. We never really put much damage on the Phoenix. And I think that's why that fight wasn't as clean as it could have been. Despite us, going 1 for 1 and getting the Phoenix, which, is a good trade all in all. It was just a bit icky for my liking.
And then again, for like this 3rd series in a row, you're gonna have Thraxia on the Ram, getting the full build that he likes so much. They do recognize here that we all back. They're gonna go ahead and take the gold free. Really good call. I almost get in there in time, but they do manage to pick it off. So we're just gonna go ahead now, probably push down the left towers. We did spend a lot of a gold for versus Fire Giant. We do have to wait for Trick, which if it's not necessarily like the worst thing in the world, because he probably would have liked to pick off his speed buff regardless. Now he just has a good excuse. It's not that big of a problem for us to postpone the FG push by 30 seconds, as we'll probably have gotten all towers by then. Maybe it makes it so we can't get portal and then push a Phoenix with like the last seconds of FG. But it's kind of irrelevant right now, as what we just want to do is get all the towers off the map. Then we probably want to get get the portal demon. As you can see, we're actually playing really far back right here. Just so scared because we know two of our people are in mid. It's only really me playing up. The Attraction and Prime being super far back, and we're gonna get some great damage off this. And when you get so much damage off on the tower, it's seen a lot that the enemy team here is just gonna give up the tower, knowing that they'll probably have a pretty bad fight. Also seeing Maniac and Captain Drake advancing towards that tower on the mid wave, so Prime's actually gonna get poked out. Not too much happening.
Yeah, if you look at where we have all three waves here, this is basically the ideal situation. You can pick and choose which lane you want to push up, while the fire minions are pushing down solo. So what we really want to do here is wait for those fire minions to get properly pushed up. It has to pull one of their players, out of the Phoenix defense, and then we hard commit at that point. So you can see we're just delaying here while that solo lane wave is pushing. Nate taking a bit too much poke from standing too far up there, which kind of makes us not go on this wave. And it looks like we're going to back off and take Portal Demon here instead. Because I guess how much left on Fire Giant? 22 seconds. Yeah. So
by the time the web wave is going to get to the Phoenix, we're going to have 5 seconds, something on FG. It's better off. We just gained like 600, 700 gold on each player. Probably like 3 or 4k. Just get that, go back and spend it.
You can see Prime's one there hanging for, I think it was 878 or something. Yeah. So he's definitely chunking
2k gold in hand as well. Like we get a friend side ritual or whatever that was called. Prime is gonna go ahead and go for
Frenzied Ritual.
Chronos.
Yeah, that's a strange choice.
Malice and Twick. Is Malice actually more damage?
Yeah, Malice as a single crit item is more DPS than Deathbringer if you don't have some kind of crit steroid like Combats has.
Yeah, okay.
See, I'm a real coach. I know things sometimes.
And Attraction gonna go ahead and pick up the speed buff. Twick saying, I don't have one, but you're probably gonna do more than me. He has Blink anyway now to get in and out of the fight. I think it's just more important for Nate to get that bit extra of maneuverability, so he can dodge abilities, long range abilities like Susan Old. What could it be like?
Look at the rituals coming through. This is giving me flashbacks to an awful time in Smite. You can see, if Nate gets pulled by Sobek or something, or has the Susanoo on him, he's just gonna combat blink away. Woo!
Yeah, that was not fun. Only fun when you were ahead. So Maniac's gonna just go in here, say like classic Maniac, always up in that area. That's always where he's gonna zone the enemy team. So I think we have one more fire wave pushing in from right. So we're just gonna start up this FG here. I think Twick threat almost gonna get that. We just really wanna bait out this fight here. I don't know why we're so hesitant. I guess we want to wait for the speed buff. Just to make sure we have 2 speed buffs going into the fight. But again, just kind of having a good chill time here, waiting for the perfect engagement. Maniac trying to get his blue, like, come on, Joe. Can't do your blue buff now. And it's gonna look for the
there we go.
There we go.
Initiation on Arkill. And it looks like a good Vulcan all. Yeah, we see Variety take a lot of damage. They're just kind of on the retreat. They can't fight into us. Cubo Fred was off on the side when we initiated, making it really difficult for them to take a fight, whereas we were all 5 running through that little gap, chasing them down. And yeah, we just win this fight hard and end the game, from what I remember. Look at Nate fatalising, very skilled player, nice. Cubo goes down. Combat Blade, did you see that?
What is he doing?
What?
Oh no. I guess he misclicked, I don't know. And we just call, alright Prime, we know you wanna kill him. Let's just end the game, man. Come on.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can probably kill him. And
nice.
He's dead.
Maniac picking up his first kill of the game. We saw Nate do it last time, and we see Maniac do it this time. Getting that fountain kill,
It's perfect. That's always what you want to get.
That was pretty good. I would say that was one of the bigger wins that we had in the entire season. It was like basically if we beat Dig in at least one game, we're gonna finish top in the spring split. So that was huge for us.
So again, looking at the post country, 18 watts, also 18 watts from Trick Tank. So I guess I can't use that as an excuse why we won the game. Hayzer not chatting with someone this time. 963 gems though. That's a weird number.
I've always got a weird number of gems, dude. That's what Hyros pay me in for all my work on the analyst desk, Just send me gems. It's great.
I know. So that's gonna be it for this 9th episode now of overview. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed Hayzer as the magnificent host he is. And
hosted the shit out of this stuff.
as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have something nice to say. And until next time, peace out.